South by Southwest 2022. We're back after 2 years of, obviously, for things we don't want to talk about, not being here. The city's crazy. There's events, there's activations, you think you can't get into anything. There's concerts, there's a film festival going on. It's a crazy time, especially if you're in the service industry. You're going to all these events, bars late at night. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest things about Austin, South by Southwest. So we're doing an event here with Patreon. You're watching this on Patreon. We're at a Patreon event. We're making a special sausage for this event. Bulgogi sausage. It's beef and pork. It's got some gochugaru in it. It's got some scallions. It's got a bunch of other stuff in it. It's going to be really good. We're going to show you how we did it. Then we're going to serve it up here for all the Patreon. The people who are on Patreon, who are on our Patreon, are not here. But all of the Patreon people are here. A bunch of our fellow creators. Chud's here. He's on Patreon. Hey, Chud. We got some people from Pussy Riot here. Chapo Trap House is here. So there's a bunch of cool people who are on Patreon, some of their top creators. We're doing a special sausage for it. It's South by Southwest. Let's do it. This sausage is going to start with some sugar, garlic, ginger, sesame oil, gochugaru, and scallions. The beef and pork had already been on cure from the day before with some salt and pink salt. Then everything's just going to get ground up one time before adding more scallions and then some sesame seeds as well. Then everything's going to get mixed up really well till it's nice and tacky. This time I actually made a dry milk slurry to put on there to help the texture a little bit. It's going to help it get nice and tacky. So everything's going to get mixed up, set an alarm for about 10 minutes, mix everything up really well. Actually made a test patty this time to make sure the flavor and seasoning was right on and everything tasted really good. Then it was time to case the sausage. Just cased all these up individually and then twisted them. Then they went on the cold smoker, cold smoked for about 4 hours at 150 degrees, had a nice low fire, flipped them about halfway through, and then put them in an ice bath, and then they were ready to retherm for the Patreon party.
Not the mayor, goddamn.
We're doing comedy over there. It's funny. So this is the second event of our South by Southwest. We normally do stuff with Yeti. They booked us a little late this year, so we're not going to do anything with them. We did an event yesterday called The Big Silence. It was for, I think it was for some mental health thing. No idea. Nobody knows what anything is in South by. Nobody knows why they're standing where they are during South by Southwest. They're just like, oh, it's a cool party. Hey. It's the second event we're doing. We have another one coming up next week. I mean, it's not really South by, it's Luck Reunion. We'll be out there with Mama Pride. It's going to be really cool. It's at Willie Nelson's Ranch. But this one's downtown. Cheer Up Charlie's. Great bar. Good vibes. VIP area. Start serving up some food. Brought some brisket, burrito pie, kale Caesar slaw, deviled eggs. It's going to be good.
My name is Jose. I'm from Mexico. And I work with LeRoy and Lewis, with Sawyer and Pat and Evan. So I'm barely there, so I'm kind of just like an attachment to the team, but a very good attachment.
He's there though, he's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, and so, yeah, like the microphone. So yesterday we worked at an event that it was called The Big Silence. I believe I went like this. So The Big Silence is the silence surrounding mental health in the industry of very relaxed people, because the people that were there were very relaxed. So we were there, the woman wrote a book and it had a house that looked like a castle, like a rundown castle. It was the mansion of a Mexican drug cartel that found enlightenment. And so the woman was promoting her nonprofit. She used to make protein powders, but now she's into the wellness industry. Okay. So The Big Silence is the silence, right? And then we're there, we're trying to be silent, and this dude with a beanie that said spiritual gangster comes, and then he asks for a burger. And then he comes again and asks for a second burger. And then he comes again for a third burger and brisket. And then in some part of my brain, I'm thinking, I've seen this dude before.
That's a pound and a half of beef right there.
Yeah, yeah, but more. A pound and a half plus brisket.
Plus brisket.
And the feet. Anyway, so I was watching that Uncle Ryder video where he's making fun of a house built on Bel Air for $500 million. And it turns out it's a spiritual gangster.
It's his house?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so he was there yesterday. That's why I got a sunburn, because I was staring at like royalty.
At the sun, yeah.
The sun. So that's my story. And the Uncle Ryder video is really funny. And the dude was really funny too. I don't want to talk shit.
The energy is unique. I feel like we haven't really felt this kind of like buzz in a while. It's exciting. Like driving downtown. This is the first time I've driven downtown this week, and it seems like people are excited to party. So.
This is my first time downtown in like 2 years.
I mean, I don't blame you, but yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to see like all these people are really hungry. You know, the vultures are ready to eat, so pretty soon we'll be serving them lots of food. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be cool. It's been a while since we've gotten to do anything like this. Yeah, South by. It's a unique animal. At least I think the weather's gonna be nice. It's like the weather's gonna clear up, which has been really cold. So I'm looking forward to it. I think 2022 is gonna be our year.
So my name is Jose from Mexico. I know Sawyer since 2015. I didn't have a job or purpose in life, and Sawyer gave me a job.
I did.
I came to introduce myself to Contigo when she was the general manager, and you get me a job.
He just showed up, he walked in, he said, can I do anything?
My name is Jose from Mexico.
Yeah. And, did you start as a barback or a host?
I started as a host and a food runner, yeah.
Then you moved up to a barback, and then you were a server.
And then a server.
Then you was a manager, and then you became a general manager.
Yes.
After I left, you became a general manager.
Yeah. Well, after you left, it was Amanda and then me.
Yeah.
And recently, I used to train ponies, like miniature ponies, but it wasn't paying off very well because of the pandemic. And so I approached Sawyer. I'm a compulsive bullshitter. Anyway, so now I'm really happy to be part of the team. You're my favorite. Okay. Yeah. You and David.
Yeah.
Like if you and David can go on a road trip to eat barbecue, I think I will have purpose in life. I will regain my purpose in life. We do. Yeah.
People are going to come up and they're going to ask us for food and they're going to take it, and then we're going to pass around the rest of it. So it's going to be a free-for-all. Probably kind of a shit show.
How many deviled eggs are you going to eat?
I think I'm going to pass on the deviled eggs.
First batch I've made, Sawyer. You have to have one.
What's the secret to a good deviled egg?
You gotta cook the egg right, okay? So we have a Patreon video on deviled eggs. It's the deviled Easter eggs video where we dye the white. I think we went over our egg cooking process, which is drop them into rapidly boiling water, 10 minutes, lid on, 2 minutes with the heat off, and then peel them.
That's exactly how I did it.
Totally.
He watched the Patreon video, obviously. And then you gotta also make sure this is not too loose. See that? It's nice and stiff peak. If you've seen people like, you know, trying to spoon or like quenelle the yolk mixture for the deviled eggs, ain't gonna cut it. Ain't gonna cut it, folks.
I have a deviled egg tip for events. I would recommend never traveling with deviled eggs that are already made unless they're like in a deviled egg pan. Because one time I had a bunch of deviled eggs in like a sheet pan, and I like went through traffic to get to the event, and I dropped them off and they were all fucked up. They were all like rolled over or smushed. So this is a great way.
Pipe on site.
Yeah, this is
pipe
a great
on site
way to do
situation.
it.
There's a restaurant in New York called Salty, and this is a true story, where they had a quart container labeled tack, T-A-C-K, and they kept a tack in there because to boil eggs, you grab the egg and you make a little hole with a tack on one end of the egg, and it makes it easy to peel.
Everybody has the easy peel trick. I told you this, but don't listen to that. Don't listen to that trick. You do one trick at a time. It's into hot boiling water. Okay, drop it into rapidly boiling water. Don't be poking no holes in your eggs before you put them in the water. It's not gonna work.
Would you be mad if I bring a tack to LeRoy and
We're not doing the
in a
tack
quart
method.
container?
We do Frito pie at a lot of events. It's really easy, and people really get a kick out of it. It's like it's a fun way to do something that's easy to put together, and people like that are drunk just really love it.
They do. No beans and chili, baby. Never. Never a bean.
We go through a shitload of chili. I mean, we go through like 24, probably go through 48 quarts a week.
That's great.
Just to, and then how many weeks? There's been like 600 weeks.
You guys are doing great. Pat, is that the most Frito pies you've served in one setting?
Yeah, definitely is. There's a lot of Frito pies.
Saturdays at the truck are also.
I know, but it's 2 Thursdays. That was like a full.
We just stack our like bread up.
Daddy.
What do you want to do? Bread on the bottom?
Well, yeah, we're gonna plate and assemble right here.
Oh, okay.
Are we looking, Pat?
This is just cutting it up. It's gonna go right here and then assemble right here.
Got it.
Bread and pickles.
Oh, hell yeah. Right on time for the Tupperware party. Let's go. How many hours?
14, probably somewhere around there.
Oh shit, hold up.
How many briskets we got tonight?
How many did we bring? 7? 9? 9? Jesus, man. So speed.
32 pounds.
People get excited for brisket.
Yeah! The wetter the better.
All right, you got it.
Down, dude. Beautiful.
Here you go. Crispy, thank you.
Let's sneak back there.
I'll burn it. Yeah, bud.
Thank you.
That looks good. Very nice. Very nice.
Look at him, just look at him.
Look at those plump little red beans. Tell me about this sauce that you already probably made on camera.
Gochujang, sesame oil, got some scallions, some sugar, some rice wine vinegar. VIP only. All right, all the brisket, served all the brisket. We're moving on to the main event. The special sausage, Bulgogi sausage. We have our little spicy yum yum sauce over here, gochujang, mayo, rice wine vinegar, some sugar, some scallions in here. This is how we do it. This is how we do it at festivals, at events. You gotta line it all up. It's like process of order of process. I don't know what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Till the last sausage is gone. It's pretty much it. Kind of a wrap on Patreon, South by Southwest. Works in progress house here. It's pretty sweet to develop ourselves on this platform and then be able to collaborate in an event like this. It's kind of what South by Southwest is all about. Just interesting activations and stuff like this, different brands, different kind of ideas coming together. So yeah, that's it. All the food's gone and it was a lot of fun. Okay, let's put that sauce in here.